What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony A.J. Joshua. Get this. Anthony Joshua states, losing to Usyk mentally killed me because I was 100% ready, but I'll redeem myself. Anthony Joshua has 2 wins and 2 losses in his last 4 fights. In June of 2019, he took his first loss from Andy the Destroyer Ruiz, and in the 7th round it was stopped. 6 months later in Saudi Arabia, Joshua got it back to be the 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. Okay, and he beat the shit out of Kubrat Pulev December of 2020 with a selected crowd, and none other than Floyd Money Mayweather was there to support AJ Joshua on his victory, and he displayed a beautiful pull counter that known from what Floyd Money Mayweather got famous for doing, okay, with one of his classic punches. Now, Joshua then lost to Oleksandr Usyk, which was 19-0 with 13 KOs, who handily defeated Joshua by unanimous decision last September, though. Joshua reflected on his second career loss, and he said, "I have high expectations of myself. That's why I felt like when I lost the first time to Ruiz, I never made excuses, but I had my reasons. I took my loss, but I knew I would get it back, so I brushed that one off. But this one hurt because I was 100%. There were no problems. Everything was cool. I just went in there and just lost to a better man that night, and it hurt, but it gave me motivation to pull myself out of the position. Mentally, it killed me, and I fought my way back, and I will redeem myself." Let me counterpunch people, okay? He said, "I took my loss, and I knew I would be back." Okay. He said, "But this one hurt because I was 100%. There were no problems. Everything was cool. And I just went in there and just lost to the better man that night." Let me counterpunch. I don't think that was the case. Everything wasn't cool. Was he 100%? I mean, he was 100% to do what? To fight who? Sure, it was Usyk, but I mean, where was the game plan? So obviously you weren't 100%. If you had to ask guys and people that you didn't know that wasn't even a part of the team, how you think I beat this guy? You know what I mean? And if you had to ask him knowing you already knew how to beat them because your team already orchestrated and trained and learned and rehearsed and practiced and all that good stuff, you had to ask him to see what he was going to say. You didn't trust what your team did. Okay, so it wasn't cool. And for saying, hey, I just went in there and lost to the better man that night, I mean, that sounds good now. But then, 2 days ago, now, hey, I tried to outbox the guy that I knew that was a better boxer than me, and he proved it. Yeah, he's better at that, but when you decided to change your whole game plan and because of who you said, Tyson Fury, that makes all this seem kind of weird, don't it? Kind of contradicting. See, the thing about fights, comments, remarks, you can't take them back. You have to stay consistent, because when you don't, you end up like Tyson Fury. You don't know what the hell's coming out of his mouth from one day to the next. He might say one thing one day and then another thing another way, another day. Bars. So we don't need AJ acting like Tyson Fury, and we damn sure don't need AJ getting advice from Tyson Fury because he talked a little shit. Okay? Now, 100% mentally it killed him. Yeah, I think it did. And that's what Usyk does. He breaks your will. He doesn't get tired. He lets the other guy get tired. And that's what he did with AJ. AJ didn't expect that onslaught in the 12th round, like I told people. He was like, dude, I've been in a hard-ass fight, so this guy should be just as tired as me, but he was not. Okay? So saying it mentally killed him, but hey, I'll redeem myself. I appreciate the confidence in Anthony Joshua, but at the end of the day, you know, he gave it his all based on what he knew to do, and he didn't really know how much or what to do with that particular fighter. The question is, will he know the next time? The question is, will he be taught right the next time? Yes, he's been with Ronnie Shields. He's talked to Virgil Hunter, Eddie Reynoso. You know what I mean? A lot of other fighters that he's talked to and spoke with and did things with. Now he's over there with Anthony, another Anthony. Chill, right? So we'll see. You know, the question you ask yourself with Joshua, is all this back and forth and doing this and that and all that around, and I still gonna keep McCracken? Will that help him prepare? Will that be too much? And one thing we know and should learn about Anthony Joshua cannot be focused on one or more than one fight at a time. May I be so bold to say it because it's true. That's what I believe. I think if Joshua has any type of thought or side note or distraction from some other fighter, he's going to lose. Why? Because he's not 100% focused. As I told you guys before Usyk fought Joshua, I said it. Usyk is way more focused than Anthony Joshua is on Usyk. And look what happened as the result. Counterpunch. But can he pick himself back up? That's the thing we need to see. You guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua saying Usyk mentally killed him. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.